It's the Daily Comedy News with your host, Mark Pyers. Join us for breaking headlines and all kinds of comedy shenanigans. Brought to you by The Beat Seat.
NASA reveals glass-smooth lake cooling lava on surface of Jupiter's moon. So now we can see the surface of Jupiter? Is that what we're doing with the CGI? Yeah. Unreal Engine 6, right? Is that what we're looking at? Look, guys, it's Jupiter, and that's glass, and that's lava. And this is about 30 miles above. We have that ability now. The cloud still looks complete shit, but like everything else, they got it right with the Unreal Engine. A new animation. There we go. Sometimes you nail it before you even read the story. It's an animation because they can't ever do it. The close-up view comes from NASA's Juno spacecraft, which swept within 930 miles of the volcanic surface of Io in December 2023. And these flybys provided the closest look ever at Jupiter's innermost large moon. Interesting. 930 miles is not that far away, guys. I mean, that's close enough to get a really good CGI image, you know? 1,000 miles. Halfway across the country, you know? But you didn't do E equals MC squared to get the figure and get that exact picture. I mean, look how clean it is, guys, from 1,000 miles away. I have a camera that does that too, from 30 feet away. Oh, goodness. We're NASA. We're NASA. We can do it. The new images show Lake of Lucapatara, a 127-mile-long lava lake of low surface. Scientists have been observing the lava lake for decades. Oh, guys, look, artist concept. Guys, it's an artist's concept. Unreal Engine 6. Spectacular reflection of instruments recorded. The rugged islands of rock. Guys, this is amazing detail. What is the detail? You don't even, they're just showing a detail of some guy's artist image. This is the most insane, I mean, I'm living in clown world. Juno continues to fly over Jupiter. Well, show us the fucking pictures then, mate. Let's see. No, NASA does not reveal the glass smooth like cooling. They had somebody's artist rendering. Anyway. Yeah, I don't see any real photos. This is all like, we have some new images made by Doc Sunshine. He's like the best guy in the biz, you know? Let's see. The rare Devil Comet will reach peak brightness this weekend, guys. Let's see what we have. On Sunday, the Devil Comet, a celestial phenomenon that has not happened since the 1950s, will be most visible as it approaches the sun. Look at, there it is. I guess that's another artist rendering, maybe? No, you can see it. On April 10th here, Lorenzo Di Cola. He shot it with a NIR photo. There's a Getty image right there. That is pretty freaking crazy. That's large. That's a large comet. I got to look up and see. I haven't seen this stupid comet, you know? Halley's. Remember, I was there around for Halley's. We were here. Some of us were around for Halley's comet. You better watch that, Mark. It's not coming around for another 76 years. I didn't give a crap the first time it came around. Guess what? Halley's been around, come around every 6 years. I wasn't around for the first Halley's. Not coming around for the next Halley's. Maybe, hopefully. But whatever. You know what I mean? Like, Halley. I'm 87 years old. I'm sitting there in my rocker listening to 1,746 songs that I released into the world. Watching the Halley Comet and saying, I have a new gratitude for it that I didn't when I was 7 years old. You know? Halley, take me with you. You know, the streak, the comet. Guys, how can you view the Devil Comet? from now till whenever the skies show, you can see it in the northern hemisphere. There's a slim chance you can view the comet with the naked eye. Slim chance. Unless you have one of those cameras that NASA has where they could take pinpoint, razor sharp detail from 1,000 miles away. Guys, remember 982. They just back it back a little bit, so you're like, that doesn't seem like it's very far. You hit three, you go to 3 digits to 4 digits. The mind shift, you know. NASA advises sky gazers to wait until the sun sets. Look west beneath the moon. Where from on Earth are we talking about? Are we talking about underneath the moon from the equator that's shifted? I don't know. You have to tell me where, because we're flipped, right? And we're a big globe, right? Like that doesn't move, does move? What are we doing? Someone explain, you know, because I'm here. It's windy. It's calm. I got a deck of cards I stacked up, 52 cards. It's been there for 7 years, 4 months, and 16 days. It hasn't fallen. We had an earthquake. It should have fallen on that one, but I think it's kind of locked in place at this point. Anyway, guys, when was the last time the comet was observed? It finishes in orbit around every 71 years, so we haven't seen one before, many of us. The orbital period lasts between 20 and 200 years, which was last seen between 1953 and 1954. Anyway, does anybody give a crap? Celestial beings. Oh, goodness. All right, squatter, we did it. Any other stories here? Why is it so hard to send humans back to the moon? Well, maybe because we never went in the first place. How about that, Magoo, Paul Sutter? Let's see what Paul Sutter has to say here about the moon and why it's so ridiculous that 70 years, whatever, how many years later has it been? 60 years later? We're like, hey, we don't know. We can't figure out the technology. 2 plus 3 is 7. Like, I'm dealing with mental cases there, right? Well, we can only travel as far as low Earth orbit right now. One day we'll figure out how to go beyond so we can investigate places like the moon. Oh, really? You want to go to the moon? You haven't figured out the radiation belt yet, huh? You know, when you have a radiation belt and it's wrapped around your entire being, you're a closed system. Bill Nye the Science Guy told us. Let's start with the money. Yes, the Apollo missions were enormously successful because they went to the moon, guys, with Stanley Kubrick's help. At its peak, NASA was consuming around 5% of the entire federal budget, guys. How about that? Creating a fake, you know, like distraction for you. Don't look here. Let's look up there. That's more important than here. Antarctica, you can't go. You're not allowed to go to Antarctica. The moon. Let's all go to the moon. We'll put you there too, Jimmy. According to inflation, the entire Apollo program would cost over $260 billion in today's dollarolas. Guys, that's ridiculous. But that's nothing compared to the money we just sent to Ukraine, or we have sent to Ukraine, right? And if you think about it, we went to the moon with $260 billion. And we destroyed America for $260 billion as well, basically. Like, here you go, we care. More than we care about our own border. Let's let that just run rampant. Who cares? You know, like these people, we don't give up about them. 40 million, they don't follow our rule of law. Who gives a crap? We're gonna get votes. Delegates. You know, when you're looking at it from the bird's eye, you see all the truth. I just love the $5 bill they wouldn't give. Both sides wouldn't give to close that border when the last guy was in. What's that, Joanne? Oh, Joanne reminded me they're floating $265 billion to give free houses to people that don't belong in this country. Forget about the vets. Forget about the homeless American citizens. They are worthless trash. We only care about people that don't belong here. And then we give them all of the money that the people that earned here in the country that they belong in like citizens, you know, they earned it. We take it and giving it. Debit cards. Here's a $2,100 debit card. Thanks for coming into our country. By the way, what's your? Oh, no, you don't have to tell me. You know, you look like you're okay. We need more farmers. I'm sorry, you drug Tommy, do we need more drug dealers? This guy's saying that's what he does. You're fine. They said you're good as long as you don't have to mean any harm, you know. Then you can't come. Goodness, guys. Comedy comes from anywhere and everywhere. $280 billion was spent on Apollo. And people are like, well, no, we don't want to spend that type of money. Every year they spend like $7 billion. I don't want to talk about it. They do nothing except provide crap images. In comparison, today's NASA commands less than 0.5% of the total federal budget. They're acting like doing it a percentage means anything. We spend like egregiously on everything now. So they could spend twice as much as they ever did. It would still only be like 1% of the federal budget because these ass clowns are spending on every single thing. Going back to the moon, guys, sometime in the next 30 or 40 years, when they figure out the technology. You know, we had the technology, but then we like destroyed the technology because like, whatever, like we already went, guys, let's just rip it up. Let's get rid of the telemetry data. Let's record over all the original footage. We're gonna shoot it from a projected image and then we'll shoot it from a camera of a projected image. That'll be the only footage you guys will ever see. We're gonna erase the original, or you know what, better yet, let's just record over his Timmy, his 3rd birthday party. We don't need the moon footage. It's crap. You know, we did it, man, we accomplished it. Let's move forward, right? We're gonna do other things, like take pictures of stars. Okay, that's great, NASA. What about the moon thing? Oh, okay. You don't want to, now you can't figure it out, right? There's not enough smart people in the world to figure out how to get back to the moon, guys. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been nice, but like, we just don't have the tech. Like, we just can't get through the Van Allen belt. You know, like, so like, we're working on it. You went through with the tinfoil the first time around? Vacuum of space, tinfoil? Literally cardboard top. The thing's like flopped. The guy grabs it like from some stupid strap, make it of like string, pulls it back down. You remember the string you had when you had to pull down the attic staircase? And you're like, oh, I gotta go into the attic and put something up there. And you grab that dumb string down with that little freaking toggle at the end, and you pull down, the stairs come and bang you in the freaking nog, right? Or not, but still, you pull down that string, that's what this guy had on a piece of cardboard that was closing up their lunar module or whatever the hell it was, you know? And then they went to the moon that way, guys. Now, can't figure it out with Elon Musk. That's how stupid we are, 2024. You gotta just use your nog. Gotta use your nog. I'm still using it, you know? I'm just not tuning into the insanity, I gotta tell you. Please hit the like on the way out the door, leave a comment and share. I'm live at 9 a.m. and after 9 p.m., so join us. This is the Mark Inspire Show.